Hey guys, welcome back. It's Game Changer. It is Tuesday, July 29th? I think 29th, question mark, probably. Who knows?
No, I'm the authority on the date, always.
He says 29th.
If I say it's the 29th...
It's the 29th.
Absolutely.
Even if it's not the 29th, now it's the 29th, son. But we've got some interesting stuff for you in Game Changer. I want to start with the fact, reporting on and doing an update on a story we talked about 3 weeks ago when I told you guys that Crytek UK wasn't being paid. They had their director for Homefront leave.
Yep.
Well, good news is we don't exactly know how many people of those unpaid have been paid, but we do know that Crytek has had an infusion of money, and they have actually paid their employees with their back pay, so they're back up and current. Now, they did lose a lot of people. There's no official count on how many people decided to leave Crytek at that time.
Attrition happens when people don't get paid.
Yeah, when you don't get paid. If you didn't pay me for 3 weeks, I'm probably going to leave too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a good thing.
It's great.
The bad news is they're not being a developer anymore. They're making a push for online production, which means a whole bunch of free-to-play games. At the same time, I get it that everybody's doing the MOBA, everybody's doing the free-to-play, but that market's really about to crash. The face he's making is the face that everybody else who likes Crytek should be making. You guys were a video game development engine, or engine developer. You made games, but you really made an engine that made the games look good. You shouldn't have stopped doing that.
Yeah.
And you're gonna murder your company. And I'm telling you,
I think what happened is Unreal got so big that they just kind of gave up.
Well, it was hard. It was hard to use the Crytek engine.
Yeah, I know.
That was what it came. Unreal is so much easier and is platform available. It's been made for more years, and it doesn't require ridiculous hardware to run.
Well, no, because the Unreal 3 engine just got launched for the iPad. I mean, like, what?
Yep.
So
and it looks good.
Yeah,
It's real good.
It looks amazing. Absolutely.
The thing is, I have a feeling, and I'm still keeping with my original assumption that Crytek's going to go under the table.
Well, they are now. I mean, if this is really the direction they're going, because you're absolutely right. Free-to-play is ruining the gaming industry.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's ruining it, but it is causing a lot of commotion and a lot of problems.
Here's why I say it's ruining. If a game is developed with the intent to be free-to-play, it's usually a good game.
Yeah, but
if a game goes from pay to free-to-play,
it's going to be ruined.
To shit.
Yeah, it's absolutely going to be ruined. So, how is Defiance going for you? Yeah. Moving along. So another thing that's kind of got me bothered in the video game industry right now is there's a fantastic, amazing game. It's for the PlayStation 3. It's called The Last of Us.
Oh yeah.
And I had a PlayStation 3 and I played it.
I still have PlayStation 3.
It was 4 sessions. I played each of the seasons for the game. Now I'm not going to give you any spoilers, but the game affected me in such a way that when I walked outside of my house and didn't see a crazy destroyed dystopian universe, I was driving down the road and I was like, why are there cars on the road? And it was I had to pull myself out of that, and it was such an immersive experience. Well, they're going to ruin that.
Yeah, they're going to.
Because they're going to turn it into a movie.
Yeah.
And while it is a heavily emotional storyline, and it's great acting, and it's got great lines, the problem is...
So, I like when games get cinematic, but I don't want a game to become a cinema.
Well, for me, what makes it a bad idea to make into a movie is you're stripping the interactive element out of it, which the interactive element was what put the suspense and the worry and the feels.
2 words, and I love you, Mila. I love you with all my heart.
Resident Evil was terrible.
Yeah, thank you.
All of them. I'm sorry. I still saw some of them in theaters.
And I will see the next one, too, just because I love that franchise.
I'll see it on DVD.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to see it in the theater. But, I mean, that's what I'm getting at. Like,
now, Resident Evil didn't really always have the feels moments for me. It was more of an action survival game.
It's still to help them understand, if they've not played the game, if you've played if you played Resident Evil and you went and watched the movie.
There are no correlation at all, really.
It's
such a loose-based storyline there. But
so
stripping that interactive element away, this is where video games as a medium are different than anything else.
Yeah.
And they should be, and they should stay that way.
Absolutely.
It's why they've had a Metal Gear Solid movie tied up in development hell for years on years on years on years.
And it better stay tied up in development.
Yeah,
I do not
the
want
only
to see
movie
that
I want is the games I'm playing right then. Hideo Kojima is amazing at what he does.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, even directors in film industry are like, this is so gorgeous what he does, and I couldn't do it, and it's gotta stay that way.
Absolutely.
So the one thing we do want to talk about today that is hugely, hugely important for at least us, you guys have heard us talk about Shakes and Fidget.
We're slightly addicted.
A little bit. We've both been playing for about 2 years now.
No, I've been playing less than a year.
October will be my 2-year date.
October will be my 1, actually. So that means that I have kicking your ass, by the way.
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't hardcore play like you do for a long time. Like, it was just something I did in the background.
every day.
Yeah, he's
every day.
And now I'm hardcore about it. Now I spend all 11 mushrooms a day, all sorts of. Point being, they got an update.
So we heard about this update. I think I mentioned the update was coming in a few episodes back.
You did, yep.
And it was like, the big July update, the big July update. And I'm like, looking at my watch. I'm like,
when is it coming?
Well, on Friday, it finally landed.
It popped.
So should we go over some of the features?
I would love for that.
So there was a level cap earlier of 400, which, I mean, it just...
Nobody's made it there.
Yeah, nobody's made it.
I don't think anybody's
There
made
are
it.
some, like, 380s out there, though.
Yeah,
so,
they're close. I mean...
That cap has gone to 500.
Yeah, it has.
You can now win experience points for your first 10 PvP battles, although I seem to have
Well, we'll talk about all that stuff in just a minute.
You always lose 20 honor at the very least if you play in the PvP
If you attack
area.
anybody, yeah, you're losing 20 honor.
New backgrounds, because who cares?
I actually really like the new background.
They're pretty, but it's still...
The new background is actually only affecting one place. It affects the... when you work. What is it called?
The job.
City guard. City guard job, yeah.
Now, here's one I really like, and that's the replay button in the guild.
The replay button for guild battles is amazing.
Because if you, let's say you had a guild battle or a dungeon in your guild, and you went and grabbed your phone, and you logged in, and you hit guild chat, and you got the little message.
It just told you the end.
I was like, oh, son of a... Because I don't watch them all.
And you couldn't go back and watch it on the...
You couldn't go back on the PC.
So you won, you lost, it wouldn't... Yeah.
Now... You click a little button,
and you can
replay the last battle
one.
until the next battle occurs.
That also includes dungeons.
Yes.
So
until the next battle occurs, whatever the last one was, you get to watch it again. I think that's great.
I think this is a good
They
feature.
fixed a few bugs. There was a mail bug with some PvP stuff that was resolved. Some scrapbook display issues that were fixed. Yes. Some enchanting problems that were fixed. You know, and then there's 2 new dungeons, which is great. So,
well, there's 2 new kinds of dungeons. So there's one for the guild and one for the...
Right. So in the guild, you have to be at least level 99 to be able to attack.
I think that's for both of them, actually.
Oh, is it for both?
Yes.
No, well, no, I actually...
you have to have access to the tower.
You'll be 99 on the other one just because, you have
you have to have access to the tower and have beaten all the 4...
The first...
Is it 5 or 4?
The first 2 dungeons, I think.
The
first 2 sets of dungeons.
You have to have access to the tower.
Okay.
If you don't have access to the tower, you can't.
And you're at like 150 pretty much before that.
Pretty much.
Anyway. So you get bonuses. For you, the bonus is percent to life per character, and the guild bonus is
percent to attack.
Yes.
And I, as a warrior class.
Well, even me, I mean, it's good for me too as a magic user. I mean, because I decimate warriors. I decimate warriors.
That's the fun part. Well, I've pumped enough money into my intelligence on there that a lot of times wizards are like, oh, it's the warrior, I'll attack him, and then they get rocked.
Yeah, but my strength is high enough that my defense is like 2100.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Not for me, it's not.
Yeah.
So yeah, warriors attack me because they got like 8,000 or 9,000 strength, and they're like.
Yeah, I want to say 8,300 in strength, and right now both my dex and int are.
But there's another update. Should we talk about the other update?
Well, that's the thing.
So they didn't update the Universal app yet.
Not on
so
the
the iPhone is kind of crazy, but they updated the hell out of this thing.
So here's the thing that I want to talk about. Although they fixed a bunch of bugs, and yes, I know it's new. So they broke a whole bunch of stuff. They did break a bunch.
Before last week, I should say. The HD version of the app was only available on Android tablets.
And now it's available on the iOS.
Now it's finally available
for the iPad.
For the iPad. Well, you can't get the HD version on an Android phone. Just either tablets or tablets. So like the Note and above, like 5-inch and above.
It looks exactly like the web interface.
And here's something that you may not know.
What's that?
I waited till today to talk about this. You know the thing about the app where if you're in a job or you're in a thing.
I already know this. You can tap the tavern button and
still go to the toilet.
Yep, you can still go to the toilet now, which is a big deal.
That's awesome.
Now I'm going to go ahead and go over some of the issues that I've had, which you haven't.
I've had
always
a couple,
replicate.
but not nearly as many as you.
One that you might not notice is if you look at this, that's in German, right? About there. If you go to the Mushroom Guy, he's in German. Which it is a German game. It's based on a German comic, so I mean yours is like that too, isn't it?
My Mushroom Guy is in German. That's
true. If you have the app open and your sound is on,
Verrückt.
I know. If you have the app open and your sound is on and you hit the mute switch to turn the sound off, until you kill and reload the app, for me at least, the sound will still be on. I found that out, embarrassingly enough, at the gym.
Oh my god, it just clicked for me.
I told you.
I just tried to replicate it.
And it did.
It totally just replicated.
That's something else I noticed. One of the bad things about it is even when you're hooked up to Wi-Fi right now, because it's a new interface, it's super slow.
Oh my god, it's horrible.
It's
better on LTE.
I don't even know what the deal is, but it's kind of bad right now.
It is very slow.
But the cool thing is now that if you're in the Magic Shop, instead of having to click on the red tag,
you can drag it.
You can drag and drop all your stuff.
Yeah, which you couldn't do before.
Now, I still have a problem here.
Okay.
One thing I really liked about the other mobile app was that I could go to my character screen, I could click on whatever equipment I had, and I could choose to sell it right there without even having to go to the other shops.
From the equipment tab. Yes.
I really want
that
to come back.
That's a function of the Universal app. I don't think you'll ever see that in the HD.
I don't think you will.
And the reason is because you don't see it on the website, and this is
this is a total website. They're really pushing the website to a mobile version. I think they just redid the code for it because online it's all HTML based. I assume
it's Flash online.
It's Flash.
This is HTML5 here. So yeah.
I mean, and I like it. I really do love it. But I have some
agree.
problems.
It is nice to sit and just click sell for all the crap that's sitting in your inventory. I did like that too. Although you could fire up your iPhone.
Now, another issue that I have.
Okay.
Is the fact that you guys aren't giving us notifications yet. How else am I supposed to know my jobs are done?
My jobs are done, or my attack is done. Now during the day when I'm playing leisurely while I'm working, it's on a computer screen and it's fine.
But on weekends,
like right now I'm on a job for another few hours, so it's no big deal. But yeah, I have to kind of remember: is my job about done? And then
And another semi-complaint that I have is, unfortunately, the Universal app on the phones is totally broken.
It's totally broken on the iPad too. So if you still have the Universal, it doesn't matter. Universal period is broken.
Yeah, let me pull it up, and I'm going to show you guys how broken it is.
It's in like half Romanian, I think.
I went from being a warrior to I think I'm a not a paladin, a freaking what is it called, a rogue or
mine's the same way. No, it's yours is exactly like mine.
So right now this is my character screen. As you can see, I don't have a picture. It's just showing me the broken mirror, and it is telling me that I am an archer / rogue over here. It's all in what I can only assume is German. Everything's broken. I don't even know if the cash that I'm getting from attempting. Now here's the thing: the tavern still works fine. Works perfectly fine, which blows my mind, and I don't understand. Although, because I'm on a job, it tells me that I'm actually on a mission right now, which is super, super weird. So I don't exactly understand that whole thing. I don't assume why you can't have the server over here and the server over here talking to each other, because it's literally just data going from one point to another.
Right.
So, did you find anything else crazy with it?
So, I didn't have as many bugs as you did, although I was finally able to replicate the weird
sound
thing.
glitch.
Here's the thing I've never liked.
What?
Look, things still blink half the time after I've clicked on them, and it's like the one on your app. You know, I want that to go away.
Yeah, you want it to go away.
But no, I think other than that, I'm pretty good. There was a dungeon thing that people were having problems with. I haven't been able to replicate yet.
What's the dungeon problem that people are having?
People are going into the tower. Let me see if I can do it. So you go into the tower, and if you were coming out of another dungeon, like out of the portal, when you went in the tower, it'll, instead of launching the guy, I don't know,
there's one more thing we want to talk about. On the Hall of Fame, and we both had noticed this.
Yes.
If you go to the Hall of Fame...
and you try to pick somebody to beat up on...
it's being weird and slow. So I'm going to pick somebody... and as I click on somebody, all we get...
the pretty new background.
...is the nice background. It's gorgeous, but that's really annoying that I can't pick because...
Oh,
the sliver. Show him the sliver. Don't you guys hate when this happened? # just shakes and fidget things. And it's painful. Yeah. It's painful to watch it and painful to see.
That's tower level 68, by the way.
So, he's on tower level 68. I think I'm on tower level 37. We both decimated 2 of the new monsters out of the demon
floor. I'm on 6 of 10 of the 13th floor.
So
level 2, 8.
I actually am just to the 13th floor. Yeah. So I'm happy with that.
Consider your level. You'll be on that little bastard for a hot
I don't doubt that. It's painful. Yeah. It's very painful. But overall, I think you guys are going in the right direction.
Absolutely. Love the game.
For a launch,
it's addictive as hell.
I expected I expected there to be some broken stuff.
Absolutely, there's always
especially
broken
for
stuff.
a huge update
and
like
this. It is a massive update.
Yeah, and I'm just glad it's out. I know that you guys will fix it. We really appreciate the game. We've both paid into it at this point.
I did, yeah. I mean, you know, because you get the point. I watch a ton of those free mushy videos.
So do I.
Which they
keep those going.
Which they get some money for. They wouldn't give you mushies if they didn't. But yeah, I bought $25 for the mushrooms once.
I have also purchased $25 of mushrooms myself.
I appreciate your intellectual property. I'm gonna give you some money.
All right, so let's make some rep out to our guilds and what servers we're on. I'm on server 9.
So I'm on server 7. And I'm in Broken Arrows.
He's in Broken Arrows. I'm in Snorting Whiskey on S9. Actually, we used to be in... Give me just 1 second, I'll tell you.
We are the number 1 guild. And when I say number 1, we're number 1 by a truckload. The number 2 guild is Be Cool right now. They keep going from 2 to 3 because we keep beating up on them. They have 12,300 and change. Now, if you look at 3 and 4, they're not going to be... Look how fast 3 and 4 are coming up on it. I mean, they're coming up on it.
Well, that's the thing.
We have 29,000.
Over here on S9, Be Cool is the top guild, but they were the top guild by probably about $6,000. Now that since I've joined Snorting Whiskey, and I'm not saying this is all me by any means, Snorting Whiskey, we have gained 2,000 towards them. They have not won a single battle with us in a hot minute, and we're gonna take you guys down.
Yeah,
it's gonna happen.
You will.
I can guarantee it's gonna happen. But I used to be.
Who's the guild leader? Is it?
That's Buzz Drum. We also have Gandalf, who is the highest level player on our server. I used to be in Summit. Throw out Summit. I love you guys. It was a great guild, but at one point, just due to inactivity and stuff like that,
I started with.
I had to bounce.
Yeah, I didn't start with Broken Hours. I was recruited, so I started with All My People. I think they're like guild. I think they're 7th or 8th place now, and they're actually a really great kind of lighthearted guild.
Yep. That's how Summit was. I mean, they were really laid back.
I got active in the Hall of Fame and got noticed. And
I mean, what's your Hall of Fame right now? I think I'm 62. Let me check.
That's cute. That's cute. You're 62.
Well, I mean, I've got a pretty big jump at this point, gap-wise.
You're 62 on a newer server, so keep that in mind.
So right now I'm 64 because I haven't fought anything today.
Yeah, that'll do it.
So
I want to get the exact number.
I think I looked earlier and you were 27.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
28.
Yeah,
28.
I fell a little bit. Let's see if I can beat this guy real quick. Oh wait, I can't do it.
Yeah, you can't do it there because the Hall of Fame's kind of broken. But you know, all in all,
my highest rank's 26. I kind of do these as I walk up.
Yeah, all in all, great game. We love it. We're totally repping it. We play it every day.
Absolutely.
We're super active. I play like all day at this point.
If you want to, if you end up getting on either one of those, if you're on S7,
hit us
look
up,
me up. I'm Rev.
Yeah, and I'm Red Jeans.
You're Red Jeans on server 9. So 7 Rev, 9 Red Jeans.
That's right.
Look us up. Send us an email.
Other than that, that's all I got for Game Changer. You got anything?
Absolutely. No, but tomorrow
we're coming back with pop culture, and it's gonna be a huge show.
No, we're not.
Oh, that's right. Tomorrow's Wild Card Wednesday.
Yeah, I got a Mac. You're a PC. You're an idiot.
Oh my god.
Go to hell.
Nerd rage.
You
Nerd
suck.
rage, and why everybody hates each other.